If you're a fan of AMC's The Walking Dead, then you might be familiar with this character I'm about to show you. This guy right here. This is the character of Tobin, and while he isn't part of the main cast or anything, he's been a staple of the show since Season 5 as part of the Alexandria group. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. He was the guy that was in charge of that construction site before Abraham got all up in his grill. He's also the guy that hit on Carol that one time. Wait, no. Carol kissed him. Oh, okay, points for him then. At the time of making this video, he has not been reduced to a horrible pile of zombie mincemeat. Not to say it might not happen in the future, but the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I discovered something really freaking awesome about the actor that played Tobin that just blew my mind, and blew a lot of other people's minds as well when I brought it up. So the actor that plays Tobin is Jason Scott Douglas, and a friend of mine that likes The Walking Dead told me that he also did some voiceover work for anime. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know, it's right up my alley, so I said I guess I'll check out to see what he's done. I wasn't really expecting to find anything major, and holy shit, this guy voices some of the most badass characters ever! And I'm not just talking about badass in the sense of, oh hey, you're a badass. No, I mean like bad space ass. The space is very necessary to accentuate the ass. Some of the characters this guy has voiced: Gildarts Clive from Fairy Tail, Admiral Aokiji from One Piece, Bondo from Elfen Lied. I'm putting that one on there just because Elfen Lied was the first seinen anime I ever watched in my life. You know, they had like blood and gore and tits and shit, so nostalgia value right there. And probably his most famous role that most people would know him from right now that he's currently in the process of doing, Beerus, the God of Destruction, from Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, as well as the Dragon Ball Super anime. It's all Funimation, of course, but my God, that was incredible. Yeah, see, this is a little bit embarrassing, but considering that he played Tobin on The Walking Dead, who's kind of a supporting character, and I'll be honest with you, the character has grown on me a little bit as going into like the main survivors of Alexandria. When he first showed up, I thought he was just going to be part of the body count for the rest of that season, but you proved me wrong, and he's still around today. But Jason, in case you ever watch this video, unlikely, but in case you ever watch this video, let me just say, I apologize to the great God of Destruction, and please don't reduce me to subatomic dust. That'd be pretty cool. But okay, when I brought this up to my fans, there was a lot of people that were just as freaking blown away and surprised as I was. And there was a few that already understood, you know, what he did on both sides, Walking Dead and the voice acting stuff. But there was a lot of people that only knew him from The Walking Dead, or only knew him from his voiceover work, you know? And then that dawned on me, sort of an epiphany that we don't really think about a lot all the time, is that a lot of voice actors do more than just voice acting. And in fact, I've heard from multiple interviews that it's kind of difficult to make a living if that's all you're doing is voice acting work, even for the big studios from like Funimation and stuff like that. A lot of these voice actors are actually really trained actors in a lot of other ways and respects, and even if they're not actors, they still do other stuff that's interesting. So that's where I got the idea, maybe I could do a series about this, a series where we focus on a voice actor that is very well known by certain roles in anime, and then take a look into what they also do, what movies or video games or television shows they starred in, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be that, but just anything interesting in their life that they do beyond just their voice acting work. Now, I understand that my fan base is nothing special. It's a fucking anthill when you compare it to the fan base of all the anime that Jason's been in, or the fan base of The Walking Dead, you know? But I know for a fact that I brought this to a few of my fans' attention that, hey, do you know this guy on The Walking Dead also voices all these awesome characters in anime? I know I made a few fans out of him with just that. And even if it was just 2 or 3 people, I think that's worth it. So go follow him on Twitter. I'll put all the information below, as well as a list of all the stuff that he's been in so you can check it out. Just to spotlight some other stuff here that I have personally seen. Jason Scott Douglas also voices Claude in Black Butler 2, if you've ever seen that. I'm not really a big fan of the second season of that, but he did a pretty good job there. He plays Mike in Attack on Titan, Kuyo in Rosario Plus Vampire. If you're a video game fan, he played Krieg in Borderlands 2, as well as his live-action roles. He recently starred in Jack Reacher Never Go Back as a sheriff, alongside Tom Cruise. He was in Sin City, for God's sakes, and Breaking Bad. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to obviously read off his entire IMDb page. This is not what this is. And I understand that a lot of you might already been aware of all this information. Like Tekking, I already knew he was in The Walking Dead. I already knew he voiced Beerus and all these people. That's not news to me. But just when I brought this up the other day in a live stream, so many people were shocked by this information, just like I was. And I feel like that could be the point of this story, of this series. Bringing up what voice actors in popular anime have been in aside from anime, to kind of expand their fan base a little bit, and even just give you a little bit of handy trivia that you can just lock away in your head. So leave a comment below on what you think of this series and some other VAs that may be lesser known in other stuff beyond just the anime they're in. I already have a few ideas of what I'm going to do with this, but hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe, all that stuff that you obviously should know how to do at this point. You're not a child. And yeah, Tekking101 signing out. Thanks, guys.